All right, to wrap us up a little bit here before we get into our top 10 movies, we got a little bit of Halloween Kills news, which I know you're not completely caught up. It's coming. I'm going to get you caught up. I know we want to talk. I'm going to get him to watch both of Rob Zombie's Halloween films first.
Yep.
Which you've seen the first one, right? A while ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
But I want to get you caught up on this new timeline. So John Carpenter, who wrote and directed the original Halloween film, he did an interview with NME, and they were talking Halloween Kills. And they asked him, speaking of the new movie, how far along is Halloween Kills? And he said, it's done. We're just waiting on the world to be a little bit more sane and a little bit safer before we release it. So obviously we know they're waiting for movie theaters to be back in full swing. He also said that it's the ultimate slasher movie. It's Halloween on steroids. Back when they test screened it, audiences said it was Halloween 2 on acid, which is the craziest shit you could possibly say about a Halloween movie, but it's awesome.
Exactly.
And he expressed that it's very gory, which is kind of a step back from Halloween, because Halloween has always been a little bit more about suspense and what you don't see.
Yeah.
Lots of off-screen kills, lots of how do I put it? It's more in your mind of like the stuff you don't see is what makes it scary. But I think this Halloween film could end up being my favorite in the franchise.
We'll
really
have
do.
To see with that.
And you will understand what I mean when you watch. Here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to show you. I could show you the whole franchise. We're going to watch the original one, and then we're going to watch 2018 because that's the current timeline that we're talking about.
All right.
Okay. But to kind of fill you in, basically, Halloween had a ton of sequels in the 80s and 90s. They retconned it. Rob Zombie did his 2 remakes. Then they sucked ballsack, which I shouldn't say that. The first one was good. The second one, the first 30 minutes was incredible. And then she woke up and it was a dream sequence.
That's...
And the rest of the movie was god-awful. But they decided to only make the first one canon and then do a new trilogy. Again, we're talking about trilogies here. Do a new trilogy based on the original film. So basically, the only canon Halloween movies are going to be Halloween 1, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, which we're supposed to get this year, and then Halloween Ends, which will, please God, come out next year. They haven't filmed it yet because COVID screwed everything up.
Yeah.
But, basically, he also said they have the script done for Halloween Ends. They just have to wait for COVID to go away so that they can make it. And, the interesting thing that came out of this interview was they asked him, what's your opinion on big studios like Warner Brothers releasing all of their big budget movies on streaming platforms due to COVID shutting down the cinemas? And John Carpenter had this to say: these guys are making decisions that they consider in their best interest. This is why they see the future is going to be, this is what they see the future is going to be like. And so to get these things out, they think this is the best way to do it. And they went on to ask him, do you think Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends could end up being on streaming? And he said, sure, Halloween may be shared that way because theaters are dead right now. It's just the reality. And that's a tragedy, but it's true, and we have to face it. My big question, I don't think it's an if Halloween Kills is going to go to streaming. I think it's going to go to streaming. Now, it'll have a theatrical release too, and I am going to see that movie in the theater. Godzilla vs. Kong and Halloween Kills, I will fight somebody to go see it in a movie theater. Like, those are the 2 movies that I'm going to a theater.
Yeah, I got
Not really. If I have to watch it streaming, I will. But my big question is, Blumhouse owns Halloween. I believe it's distributed by Universal. What streaming service would they release Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends on?
With Warner Bros.?
They're not with Warner Brothers. They're with Universal, which Universal owns Warner Brothers. So I guess Warner Brothers could finagle it in to be released on HBO Max. I don't know.
Almost certain it might be on HBO Max because honestly, that's the top
Yeah.
streaming service out there right
Well,
now in regards to movies,
yeah.
like new release movies. Like HBO Max is paving the way for, or is like leading the charge in having new release movies on the stream.
Yeah.
Netflix is trying, but they haven't got it. As you can see, they lost the bidding war with Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
So I
And
mean,
I think that's kind of what HBO Max is going to become known for, is for having movies that are in the theater also on there.
yep.
I think it's going to be less for their content. I mean, yeah, like the Last of Us TV show is going to be on there, and they'll have stuff like that, but I think they're going to be known for that. So that would be my guess. I guess they could do it on Shudder, but my thing with Shudder is, Shudder is only horror movies. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you're going to get horror fans, but Halloween, I think, is a big enough franchise where people who are not diehard horror people like I
They're
am,
like, yeah, like they're
people are
gonna
going to
want to
want to
see
go
it.
see it. And especially because, I mean, Halloween 2018 made $250 million at the box office.
You
It had the
okay?
highest, I believe, it had the highest opening weekend for a horror movie of all time, or the second highest opening,
Okay.
because it's a property that everybody knows and loves and they want to go see it. So
Mm-hmm.
my only thing about releasing it on Shudder is I don't think they would do it because they know they're not going to get the people that they would
Mm.
on HBO Max. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I digress. So, all right, let's hop in. We are